Welcome everyone in to the virtual Daytona International Speedway for RMR's Tuesday Night Thunder. And we are in the penultimate race here on season number 6. As this is the week number 4 of the playoffs and the final 8 and the final chance at these final 8 drivers to lock themselves in to the championship for 1 week from tonight. Falkingham, Ray, Miles, Eberhardt, Gray, Harper, Ashwinoff, Von Dell. Those are the 8. And we have 7, well, I should say 3 more spots as Daniel Falkingham has raced his way into the championship race a week from tonight. It has been a long and grueling season for all of these drivers, but we are going to know the final 4 here tonight, and we are looking forward to it. Falkingham, Ray, Eberhardt, Ashwinoff, they are above the cut line. Harper, Miles, Gray, Von Dell, they're below it. We'll go over those points here very shortly, but we're going to bring you guys down to the grid as we get set to go racing here on the high banks of Daytona for 65 laps here tonight in the Xfinity Series car. You see the track temp right there, 72 degrees, 72-degree ambient temp as well. So it is cool here in Daytona, 7-mile-an-hour wind as we get set to roll off pit lane here tonight, and we'll go through your field and your starting positions. As always, there'll be a stage break that'll happen tonight at lap number 20. Your qualifying positions here tonight, it'll be the guy. He has been hot of late. It's the Jack Shack's Trevin Ashwinoff starting on pole here tonight. Nathan Harper will start outside front row. Wyatt Gray will start in third. Jeff Merck starts fourth. Jared Haynes will roll off fifth. Michael Wingo, a great qualifying spot for him tonight, will roll off sixth. Daniel Falkingham, seventh. Malik Ray will roll off eighth. Brady Bazinez rolls off ninth. Stephen Miles will roll out 10th. Landon Velicki will start in 11th. Dylan Jones, 12th. Matt Lee will start 13th. Daniel Eberhardt, 14th. John Ward starts 15th tonight. Kenny McCullough Jr. starts 16th. Steve Sizemore starts in the 17th position. And Mark Von Dell will round out your 18-car field here tonight as we get ready to kick off the second to last race of the season. And what a season it has been. I will be joined momentarily by Ron Morris Jr., but we will start things off here tonight with myself, your host, Michael Triscaro of PGR eSports, as we have carried RMR's Tuesday Night Thunder the entire season, and we're looking forward to who will be in that championship for and go for the championship a week from tonight. The pace car set to dive on to pit lane for the first time here tonight as we get set for 65 laps of action under the lights here at Daytona. Green flag in the air. And we are actually going to start this race on the backstretch. It looks like they had somebody rolling off pit lane, so these guys are actually not at full song yet. You see them still creeping there. So we will actually probably go green here on the backstretch. I'm assuming they'll be counting it down in the racing session as Ashwinoff Harper still getting set to fire off. It'll be a manual command here on the backstretch. As here they come on the backstretch. Ashwinoff and Harper getting set to go here. And we are off racing, and the official green flag now in the air as Astronaut will lead the field here with Harper to his outside. And we'll let these engines come to full song here at Daytona. Three laps down of 65 here tonight. The young man from Columbus, Ohio, the 18 of Wyatt Gray in the Interstate Batteries Toyota has taken the lead as he will go up to the middle lane to block the run of Nathan Harper in the 7. Astronaut leads on the bottom down the backstretch here at Daytona. And if you're just joining us, we are in the penultimate race here in RMR's Tuesday Night Thunder, as the final 8 in the championship standings will vie for the positions to be in the championship race a week from tonight. And we know last week it was Daniel Falkingham locking himself into the championship with a race win. So right now, the cut line, it's close. Astronaut leads by 2 points over Nathan Harper, 4 points over Miles, 6 points over Gray, and 12 points over Vondell. But a win gets you in. So everyone here still alive, Mark Vondell included. Falkingham, Ray Eberhardt, they have some cushion there. Falkingham with that win. So Falkingham is locked in. So there's only 3 spots left as Jared Haynes now battles on the bottom lane. And he is a new winner to the PGR Thursday Intimidator Super Speedway Series, as Jared Haynes to the Jack Shack with his teammate to his outside, as Jared Haynes looks to get an RMR win under his belt as well in the number 7. And piloting the number 8 behind him, that's Stephen Miles, with the pilot sponsorship on the front and back of his Chevrolet. And I'll tell you what to expect here tonight. With a small car count, I expect a lot of green flag racing here. I wouldn't be surprised without, well, other than the yellow we will have for that stage break, if we can go all the way wire to wire here tonight under the lights at Daytona. This has the makings to be a very clean race, and we'll hopefully get to some green flag stops, and at least one here before the stage break tonight at lap number 20. We'll bring Ron Morris Jr. here tonight at the race break, or at the stage break, as I wait for my headset to charge. I'm sure he's wondering where I am, but here we are, broadcasting the second to last race of the season. And this is the Xfinity Series car, one of my favorite cars here on the service. And it was used in last year's PGR SummerSlam 499, which this year will be the Gen 6 Cup car. But the B car is still one of my favorites. And you see that car here tonight come alive. A lot of guys riding single file here on the bottom lane of the racetrack. Only 4 takers here on the middle lane. And remember, points are going to be at a premium tonight because, we really just don't have that many points to be offered with a small field. So guys like Vondell, Gray, Miles, Nathan Harper, who is on the outside looking in. You know, these stage points are going to matter. You know, the bonus, winning the stage, as well as, you know, just getting a race win. But there's not going to be that many points out there to be had with a smaller field. So the room for error is minimal here tonight. You know, these guys looking, I mean, they're going to be battling hard, and I expect all these guys right on that cut line to go for a win, including the guys that are in. Unless they believe they are in a safe spot. I don't see them making too many moves there on the last lap, but should be a very interesting race here that will play out tonight. Then you got guys like Jeff Merck, not in the championship here tonight. Now he pulls up to second position. And he's just racing to get a win here as he moves up to the middle lane. And speak of Steven, Miles now leads on the bottom. He's one of those drivers on the outside looking into the championship four. He was a winner a night ago for the PGR recruitment race for SummerSlam. Miles leads it here early. We'll go through the field here tonight. And some guys not making the field. Sorry for the camera work here. Some guys not in the field, so I don't believe I see Sizemore, Ward, or Bazin. So actually only a 15-car field here tonight. And in the back right now, it's Daniel Falkingham. He is only racing for a win. So he can really right now just ride around. He's not racing for points here tonight. He has booked himself into the championship a week from tonight. And he will look to just get a cash position here tonight. So right now, he just wants to get to this first stage. As right now with the small field, you can go back to front pretty quick. And Kenny McCullough right behind him. Kenny doing the same thing. Looking to keep that car clean here tonight. Martin Vondell, he's going to probably need a win here to advance to the Final Four out of Lake Placid, New York. Mark Vondell looking to spoil the party. I'll tell you what, with this smaller field, you just never know. Can we see Mark Vondell climb the ladder to the championship four? We shall see. A spot ahead of him right now, Landon Bellicky, number 62 out of Lake Martin, Alabama, riding in the 12th position at the moment. In front of him, playoff driver Daniel Eberhardt III in his Ford. Eberhardt right now in by 7 points over Harper. He has a lead over Astronaut by 5. So Eberhardt, you know, he's got to be thinking, hey, smaller field here tonight. Let me just keep this car clean, and that's what he's doing here early. Matt Lee out of Clinton, Maine tonight, going for the race win. And I just got word he might be running a late model for a buddy up there in Maine. We'll have to see and get some video of that. Matt Lee just bought a helmet and getting fitted for some other stuff. And it looks like he's going to have a chance out there on the real racetrack. That would be pretty cool for Matt Lee. Another driver right now locked into the championship. Well, not locked in, but in the top 4 positions right now. That'd be Malik Ray. He's got a really big cushion, due in part to a lot of bonus points throughout the season. So Malik Ray really, for all intents and purposes, is in the championship, according to my calculations. So Malik Ray should be in, so he would probably join Daniel Falkingham. It's really, in my opinion, only about 2 spots really open tonight for drivers to get into that top 4. Dylan Jones riding around in 8th at the moment. He'll look to help his teammate Daniel Eberhardt here at some point tonight. Michael Wingo in the 25. Sorry, that's Wyatt Gray right there in the 18. We talked about him. He is one of those guys on the outside looking in. Michael Wingo out of Colt, Arkansas in the field here tonight, right in the 6th position as of right now. Beautiful looking paint scheme there on the top side. Getting some laps here. And yeah, we'll see if he can capitalize and take down some of these top names in money racing here tonight. Talked about Jared Haynes, a big win a couple weeks ago in PGR. can't count him out right now. He is racing well and looking good here up front early. Nathan Harper, he is the first below that cut line. And right now he's looking to get some points here at the stage here tonight. We expect these guys to be coming down pit lane here shortly to make it to lap number 20. Trevin Ashwinoth, another guy. He's one above the cut. He is in as of now, but he will have to have a solid finish to lock himself in. We saw him with that walk-off win that knocked out Mike Davenport from getting in these playoffs, so we know Ashwinoth can win at any point in time. And right now, the man out front from Houghton, Louisiana, it's Stephen Miles, as he looks to get to that championship 4. So 15 in the books here of 65 tonight as we inch closer to the stage break. Just 2 cars there in that outside lane. Jeff Merck on the back bumper of Harper. And still no takers here yet, so with that 40% fuel, I would think we'd have to pit here before the stage break, but doesn't look like anything at the moment. As now, 2 by 2 throughout the field we go. And action's about to pick up a little bit here. Now we see Daniel Eberhardt make moves here now to inch his way closer to the front. And now we are racing for the first time here tonight. We rode around for 16 laps, but that stage is out there. Valuable points for some of these guys trying to make it into the final 4. Eberhardt now, he has clear under Merck. Merck all the way to the 3rd lane. He's going to drop back. Eberhardt now will look to get to the back bumper of Harper, and pit stops underway. Here comes Stephen Miles. Ashwinoth in, as is Wingo, Malik Ray, Mark Vondell, Jared Haynes, Kenny McCullough Jr. as well. Race leader Miles into his box, and he slid it. Stephen Miles slid through. You see him have to back up there. He gets a splash to Sunoco Racing fuel, but he will not lead off pit lane. Here goes Malik Ray, Trevor Ashwinoth. Ashwinoth, actually, he will lead this group off pit lane. And here come the rest of them. Nathan Harper will lead in the rest of the pack here this lap by. And here they come screaming down onto pit lane. Nathan Harper. Ooh, Eberhardt makes a move to the inside. Eberhardt gets in first on entry. And we are 3 wide down pit lane. And this is going to be a wild, frantic finish to the stage, as these guys are going to blend in with the first group that pit on the backstretch. And it is going to be a shootout for tonight's stage. And right there you see, ooh, it's going to be Landon Velicky, a great stop for Velicky. Falkingham, though, to his inside, he's actually going to get the spot. So Falkingham will lead this group around. And here comes the race leaders right now. Well, at least the ones that are on the track. I should say Falkingham's still the leader. And they're going to blend in with this group, and I think they're going to be behind. Falkingham is your leader. Velicky second. Eberhardt third. Wyatt Gray. Nathan Harper, your top 5. What a stop for this trio here up front. A great stop. So all the guys that pit there second have the advantage. Ashwinoth a little bit more in the distance in the second lane. They could catch him. Lap 19 now of 65. It'll be the stage break 20 coming to 21 here tonight. So we'll take the white flag next time by for tonight's stage. These 4 right now in the driver's seat, but here comes the other 6 cars behind. Ashwinoth leading that group on the high lane. There goes Gray to his outside. Where will Ashwanath go? He goes for D3. Oh, Ashwanath's going to cut the nose off of the 7 of Harper. They nearly wreck. Harper's got to get out of it 4 wide. Stephen Miles up in the fence. What racing here as these two groups come together. Jones underneath Miles now. Falkingham now side by side with Malik Ray. Eberhardt dooring Ray up the racetrack. White flag for the stage. Two NASCAR Coke Series drivers will duel down the backstretch. The 39 and the 1. Who will make a move to the 3rd, or will we not see one? What a race this has been in this first stage. Malik Ray now inches ahead of Falkingham. What will Eberhardt do? Eberhardt's going to get after the back bumper to the 39. Wyatt Gray all over Malik Ray. And here they come to the checkered flag for the stage. Falkingham side by side with Ray, and it'll be Daniel Falkingham with the stage win. Malik Ray, Eberhardt, looks like Velke and Gray are top 5. And the guy that didn't even need to win the stage, he just wants to win races, and that's Daniel Falkingham. Wins the stage here tonight. Gay, that pays. And that's the reason why this guy wanted to go for it here tonight. He is going for broke. He has nothing to lose as he is already in the championship for Malik Ray, gaining some more cushion on the other guys. And Eberhardt has to feel good about that as well. Ashwanath's lucky he did not get into a wreck, and that'll end the first stint here of tonight's race. And Daniel Falkingham victorious here for the stage. So a caution-free first stint of the night. And we will now pace here as these cars will all come down pit lane for some more Sunoco Racing fuel. We'll probably see some tires as well as we get set for the second half of tonight's race. 15-car field. Sizemore, Ward, Bazinez did not make tonight's field. As Falkingham will lead this group down the pit lane. This will be the second stop here of the night. We had one under green flag conditions in stage number 1. But you'll most likely see everyone come down here for service. Velke now into his pit stall. We'll see if he goes up on the jacks here. Yeah, he's going to take left sides and Sunoco race fuel. And then he will be off. Possibly fixing some damage here is Landon Velke, as a lot of other drivers are back onto the racetrack, as is Daniel Falkingham. And with that, we'll take our first race break of the night. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the PGR eSports Network. back here live at Daytona, and we will go to stage number 2 here tonight. First stage won by your current race leader, Daniel Falkingham, as he's locked into next week's championship race. We believe Malik Ray also will point his way in. So 2 spots left for grabs here as the pace car dips down to pit lane. Once again, Falkingham leads us back to green here. And now I'm joined by series owner Ron Morris Jr. You got a copy. We'll get a copy here with
that might be better. Hey, Michael, I got you. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good night? Sorry, yeah, my headset was dead. I had to charge it, so I was just going solo there until the stage break. So now I got you pulled back in here, and hey, man, what a first stage it was.
Man, that was a really good first stage to watch. Really good, clean racing. But there was some racing, so yeah, really good first stage. Hopefully, get the same with the second stage.
Yeah, you know, it looked like it was going to be pretty easy going there, and they got a little out of whack there as they all blended together. And we nearly saw a wreck with Astronaut, who is fighting for that final 4 here tonight. So luckily they kept it together, and what a race between Falkingham, Malik Ray. But, you know, per calculations, it looks like Falkingham obviously locked in, Malik Ray on points as well. So we're really settling the final 2 spots here tonight.
Yeah, it's really tight going back those last couple spots to get in. I mean, even people that are under the line right now. So, yeah, what is it? 43, it's 34, 33, 28. I mean, it's a tight battle. So, we'll have to see what happens. And of course, any of those top 8 get a win, and they're in. So there's that too.
Yeah, this should be a very interesting how, you know, some of these guys, Mark Fontel, I mean, he still has a shot. He just has to win. And smaller field here tonight, and you never know what could happen on the last lap. So really, I mean, like all these viewers here tonight, stay tuned. There's a lot of stuff we're going to still see here at the end of tonight's race. And the guy right now, not in the championship, but really racing well, that's Michael Wingo on the back bumper of Falkingham at the moment.
Yeah, Wingo's been running pretty strong here. Last couple of races I've run in, I've noticed that he's been running really good. So, yeah, man, good to see that. Of course, we know we can't count old Nathan Harper out. He's always got a chance, and he's below that cut line, so he needs to have a good finish tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And points are tight there. He's just 2 points behind Astronaut, and you know, I was telling the viewers here tonight, you know, there's not that many points to be had, a smaller field, so you really, you know, have to dig for every last point here tonight. As Harper now kind of left to dry, we see single file here on the bottom, and I mean, these guys going to choose to ride again here for probably the better most of this entire stage until we get down to the end, and I would assume we're going to have a couple more green flag stops here tonight as Wingo still in second, as Falkingham really, you know, racing free here tonight. Nothing to lose here for the man out front, and that's dangerous for the field.
That's right. I think they'll have to at least, I think, what did they get, about 18 laps, 17 to 18 laps that first run. So, yeah, these guys will have to make a couple pit stops, especially if it goes green.
Yeah, a couple stops here in the second stage. We have went through our field here tonight. Right now at the back of the pack, that's Jeff Merck in the 60. And it's possible tonight, don't want to jinx it, but we might not see a yellow flag outside of the one we saw for the stage break. With the way these guys are racing here, Malik Ray blinking in and out just a little bit. He gets it back together here.
Yeah, little blinking problems there from Malik. I know Falkingham had a wheel problem at the beginning of the race, but apparently he got it straightened out. So good to see that. But there's Malik blinking again.
Well, next week will be the championship race on July 22nd, 1 week from tonight. We will head to Talladega for that championship in the next gen. So the next gen will be the car at Talladega. So it should be a really good race as well, 1 week from tonight. And then, hey, Ron, what's the plan going forward after that? You still going to take a break? We're going to see another season down the road. Kind of let our viewers know what your plan is.
We'll take a break, and then we'll see what comes up after that. So, yeah, take a little break, 2, 3, 4 week break. Kind of works in good timing with SummerSlam coming up. So
for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. To be announced.
To be announced. Well, we hope, this is a series. Obviously, me, series I care so much about, and hopefully we'll see Matthew Baker back eventually as well. I know.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah.
Slated to come back, I believe, early October. And, obviously this series means a lot to him as well. And definitely feel like we're missing something without him here, on that racetrack. And obviously decided to do the broadcast this season. But I'd love to eventually get back out there as well. But here, the 90, Eberhardt and Merck, we just saw them in the back of the pack. And they went from back to front that fast. So it can be done here tonight as Eberhardt looking to stay in that top 4 and get to that championship a week from tonight. And he's got a good hand right there by Jeff Merck right behind him.
Yeah, man, I didn't really do it on purpose, but, man, we got a really cool track tonight, 73 degrees, mostly cloudy, 72 degrees ambient. So this track seems like it's real fast, got a lot of bite tonight.
And we'll dial up those speeds here, dashboard it. Here's Daniel Eberhardt, but probably going to get Wyatt Gray here, yep. Upwards of 184 miles an hour. Maybe some fuel saving going on just to be safe here tonight, but fuel shouldn't be a problem here with the couple stops here.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can stretch it to 1. Let's see. I don't think they can stretch it that far, though, but some of them might be trying. I mean, if you're at the front of the pack and you go for your fuel saving, everybody else is going to back off too. So it's not a real risky to try it if you're, up there at the front. And that's probably how Eberhardt and Merck got back up there so quick. Eberhardt probably asked Merck if he wanted to go up there, and he pushed him up there, and he went right back to the back. So,
well, I'll tell you what, they are saving fuel. If you look at their last lap times, I mean, they're in the upper 48s. I see a 49 on the board as well. I mean, their best laps are in the low 47s. In fact, Jeff Merck, fastest lap of the race, a 46.64. So these guys right now definitely saving about a second and a half a lap from their best lap. So these guys all saving fuel to ensure that 2-stop race tonight. And like you said, Jeff Merck out there, though, in the front, a little bit harder to save. But yep. I'm confident here in a 2-stop race the rest of the night. And that's kind of why
even if they can't stretch it to 2 stops, that last stop ends up being a lot shorter. And whoa, not sure what Merck's doing there. Oh my goodness, is
not quite.
You okay, Merck?
Maybe he's just having fun, knowing those guys aren't going full throttle, and he's out there kind of bobbing and weaving.
I think that's exactly what it was.
And he's still doing it. As Falkingham now joins the fray. These guys having some fun out there. Hopefully we don't get an accidental wreck here.
I love it. And then Kenny McCullough's made his way up here towards the front too. So, single file racing, a lot of fun, right? Hey, strategy is all part of the skill of the game. I mean, you still got to know what you're doing. So how's SummerSlam looking, Michael? We getting close to full?
Not close to full yet. Like to see the numbers get a little bit higher, but it's a lot of people wait there till the last few days, last week. So I expect to the next couple weeks. We have left here of registration for a lot more to come in, and I still think 200 is attainable. We'll see if we can get there. I believe last year, I looked at it today, about 155 last year. So obviously hoping to get that and then some. Obviously, I was a little concerned, running the Gen 6 compared to, this B car or trucks or something like that. But, majority, we put up the votes, and that's what everyone wanted to run. So we'll see if it still brings in the numbers. It's more of a driver's car. I love it, but it definitely is going to favor the very best in the service. So we'll see. I know Ashford, he's been doing really good in that car. I'll tell you what, it's watching him race, in some of those recruitment races and how many laps he has led. I'll tell you what, he's going to give some of these pros and some of these other guys a run for their money if he can get into that feature race. And it'd be nice to see a breakthrough in one of these guys, just kind of that's been around the money community for a long time, kind of break through and take down these top dogs, take down some of these pros, and bring home that championship belt. That's what I'm looking to see here in a couple weeks, but it should be a really good one, and I'm looking forward to seeing those heat races for sure.
Oh yeah, there's a handful of drivers that can pull it off, So, and we always love to pull for the underdog. I do. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm one of those guilty that hadn't signed up yet, but should be there.
Yeah, absolutely. We did a little different this year, giving me more options for people to get into the heats instead of cramming it all into one day last year. That was a lot of work. So going to give 3 different days of heats between Thursday night, Friday night, and a couple of Saturday afternoon before the duels, I believe, later on Saturday. So definitely gives some people a lot more build-up with the Thursday, Friday heat races as well, and looking forward to that. Did it a little differently this year, taking 10 out of the heats and putting them all in duels, so we didn't have duels last year. We just kind of had, straight to the feature and or LCQ. So this year a little bit different with an anticipation for some higher numbers, and I'm sure we'll adjust on that depending on what the final numbers might be if they are a little bit less, but nonetheless should be a really good outing here in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah, I think you got a really good layout there. It's a lot more flexible for people. They have other things to do, so yeah, good job with that, guys.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I'm kind of doing this without Baker this time around, so I'm not sure if he'll. I got to actually shoot him a text. I haven't heard from him here in a couple days, so hopefully everything's all right with him. I know him and American I and Matt Lee in a little group text, and was talking about on the broadcast. Matt Lee, I don't know, a buddy of his has a late model or something, and somebody can't race, so it looks like he might be jumping in a real car here soon. Hopefully get some video of Matt Lee running a late model. He just bought a helmet. He's getting all psyched up, pretty excited up there, I believe probably in Maine somewhere. But Matt Lee's going to be running a late model car at some racetrack, so we'll definitely have to get some footage of that when it does and put it on one of these broadcasts. That'll be pretty cool for Matt Lee.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty cool. So,
speaking of Matt Lee, here he comes to the front of the pack. As we say it in the middle lane, Wyatt Gray pushing him to the front. 26 laps to go. We're going to count them down now as we get closer to the green flag stop. Yep, both clear. Leaves Eberhardt and Jones teammates here on the top side. Chris Carter in the chat here tonight, sending a $5 super chat. Appreciate you. As he said, he's happy to be a sponsor of the PGR SummerSlam. And here come green flag stops. Malik Ray going to lead in Falkingham, Miles, and Wingo. And we saw that first stage run. The group that came in first was the leaders after it cycled out. So we'll see here if this group of 4 will do the same thing. But, yeah, Chris Carter came on board to be an associate sponsor. And he will actually have a provisional into the duels if he needs it. And appreciate his efforts and his monetary efforts to help fund the expenses for the big show.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I was watching a little broadcast that Carter was on a couple days ago. So he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, Chris Carter came on for that. Jeff Merck also as well. They'll both have provisionals into the duels. And then Chris Blanchard, Blanchard's Towing, will be the main sponsor with, I believe, Ryco Performance. Still waiting for those guys to come on board. But those two will be fitting the big bill. And we appreciate Christopher Blanchard. He'll be in the field as well. He will have a provisional all the way to the feature. So looking forward to, Blanchard knows he's in no matter what. So see if, Blanchard, I know PGR 500, man, he really wanted to be in that feature. And he called dibs on sponsorship for the Slam, and we appreciate all their contributions. It helps pay for all the race control, all the broadcast fees, the producer for the feature race, and much more. Pays for the trophy, which is a championship belt, and some other stuff. So, yeah, I mean, without those guys, I mean, that's what keeps the 100% payout from all the race purse and all the entry fees going to the race purse. So, very much appreciate those guys, their contributions, and we'll try to pay out all 40 in the future as well. So thank you to all those guys who have donated their money for the SummerSlam 499. And speak of the defending champ, Malik Ray, here he comes on the high side. And that group right there, that's the group that pit first. And they had the momentum there as they go to the lead.
Got a little group there, but these guys are going to bunch back up. Get a few cars over back there on kind of tail end of the draft, so chance that they may lose the draft here. Mark Vondell being one of them, I think.
Yeah, Mark Vondell is hope slipping away to spoil the party here tonight, as we kind of, assume that this is going to go green, maybe all the way to the end. So we'll go right now. Jeff Merck way off pace. And Michael Wingo, he's right behind Haynes. And those guys off pace as well. So is Kenny McCullough Jr. and Mark Vondell. So right now, it's really a 10-car field. Those guys will not be able to catch them if this stays green. So, unfortunate for Vondell there. He just has no help in no man's land right now. And he will look for a yellow, as will a slew of other drivers behind. So not many times you say this, but with 22 laps to go, only 10 cars in contention at the moment. And those other guys will need a yellow flag. As Stephen Miles now back to the point here, down the backstretch, as he clears down in front of Malik Ray.
Yeah, poor Mark Vondell's in the middle. He's the man in the middle. No help ahead, no help behind. So, hate to see it for him, but you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, out of those top 10, we got 7 of our playoff players there. So, we're racing for that top 4, which we know that Falkenham's locked in. And yes, Malik's pretty much locked in. He got a big lead.
Yeah, Eberhardt really trying to book his way in right now. I mean, if he can do that, that would be your 3, and then we're fighting kind of for that last position, which right now, it'd be Harper Ashford really would be close. So, yeah, this Wyatt Gray not out of it as well. So really, man, this is gonna be tight. Oh, Stephen Miles.
Yeah, Stephen Miles is he's the guy that comes from the outside the bubble and knocks somebody out. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 points behind Ashmanoff, a couple points behind Harper, but right now he's winning the race, so he can leapfrog those guys and get to that 4th spot. So really, anything could happen here with 20 laps to go.
Yeah, 20 laps to go and one more pit stop. Yeah, now you got to start thinking, do you want to take when the window opens, or you want to run it out? And those are always hard decisions to make. You just kind of got to wait and see what the guys in front of you do. If you're that leader, you got to make that decision.
It'll be interesting to see. We obviously have some alliances here and some teammates here. These 2 here up in the front racing together, obviously. You got Falkenham racing with, I believe, Wyatt Gray tonight. So we'll see if teammates will play a big part in the finishing order of this race. And 19 laps to go. Eventually, we're going to be in that pit window, and we're going to be in it pretty soon. So we'll see if we have takers early or if they're going to run it out a little bit longer and make sure they have enough fuel for any green-white checkers. But like we said, I don't think we're going to get a caution unless we get some crazy racing, obviously, in the closing laps. But only 10 cars at the moment can cause a caution, and it's possible we break another car or 2 here on the green flag stop. So we'll see how this all plays out, but Miles comfortably in the lead at the moment. And Nathan Harper, the caboose of this 10-car pack, as he right now is thinking to himself, what do I got to do to get to the front again, because Nathan Harper is going to need some help. He's right now on the outside looking in behind Miles and possibly behind Wyatt Gray as well. And they're actually nearly tied. And Ashwinoff, who's barely right there as well. I mean, he's on the outside looking in. So Jeff Merck going down a lap there on the high side.
Yeah, Merck went from leading the race to a lap down. Yeah, talking about his alliances, that Stephen Miles and Malik race. So, Malik will probably pay off for him to push Stephen to the win, But we got a long ways to go to start talking about that already, right?
Yep, long way to go. 17 laps in eternity here at Daytona. But they are clicking off fast here tonight. As they should.
Yeah, I love to look at the cars at Daytona under the lights. A lot of times we've avoided it a little bit in the past because of netcode issues, but it seems all good here tonight. Of course, we have a lower field, so that probably cuts back on some netcode stuff a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Always see a spectacle Daytona under the lights, and obviously still in the NASCAR Cup Series schedule this year. We'll still see Daytona under the lights. Wish it would go back to 4th of July weekend like it used to be, but nonetheless, Daytona under the lights, always a sight to see.
Yeah, it was always my favorite. Firecracker 400 Daytona.
Here's this pack a little bit farther back. That's Kenny McCullough, Jared Haynes, Wingo, and Bondell. Bondell fell back to those guys. And there's outside of Kenny's front windshield there, and no cars to be found. And that's not a thing you want to see there. Nathan Harper at the back of the main pack. And he's right behind Matt Lee. Landon Velicky right now in 6th position behind Dylan Jones. As they are all getting set now, almost practically in the window. Now to make it on fuel, they'll probably go a few more laps at minimum here. And let's see who wants to come down first and force the issue here of the other drivers.
Yeah, these guys, you're not going to see these guys race. They're probably going to all come down together because they want to hold that lead on that pack behind them. You ain't going to see these guys race until 5 laps to go. They'll ride like this, try to do some fast laps. And they're hoping to shake a couple guys on this pit stop here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very important pit stop, and Jeff Merck's going to come down now. Well, no, he's just playing around still. He was on the apron in the backstretch.
I think Jeff's having a fun night tonight.
Pull up that track map, and you'll see that other pack there. Yeah, they're just entering turn number 3 as these guys at the start-finish line right now. So, like I said, they're going to need a caution here to get back in this race. Jeff Merck, the only car currently a lap down.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are smart. Bunch up like that, because even though they're not going to run the pack now, that's going to give them that much more time before they get lapped, because if they get a caution, it may be the last lap of the race, for a green light checker or something. So they want to make sure they don't go a lap down.
13 laps to go. And another super chat from Carter. Man, appreciate the love here tonight. Chris Carter, as we have pit stops. Here come your race leaders. Miles, Ray, Falkingham, Wyatt Gray fighting for his playoff life. Matt Lee, Nathan Harper, Jeff Merck is in. That'll leave Eberhardt, Dylan Jones, Velicky, Ashwinoff out on the racetrack.
We know Dylan and and Eberhard worked together, so they teamed up with the Jack Shack.
And Eberhard here on the backstretch. He's got his teammate behind him in Jones. They always find a way to one another. Velke Astronaut behind him. Astronaut fighting for his playoff life as well, as he knows that Miles has been in the lead. And Malik Ray, who's practically locked in, we'll see how that all transpires. But here come these four down pit lane with just 12 laps to go. We'll see how they blend in with this group that has come in first. We've seen that group that's coming first all night end up being the leaders. So this is going to be critical here. See how these guys get on and off pit lane. Eberhard, Jones, Velke doing a great job staying together. Ashworth already out. And these four stay like glue. It'll be Ashworth, Velke, Eberhard, Dylan Jones in that order. And you'll shortly see the group led by Stephen Miles coming into the screen here shortly. These guys looking really good here on their pit stop. Down the backstretch. And a great stop here by Ashworth and company.
Yeah, they're still going to get overtaken, but they're going to have enough speed that they're going to be able to tag on.
And here comes that group around. Like you said, they are right there in the thick of it. And all 10 of these cars stay together. They did not lose anybody here.
It's so hard when you're a smaller pack like that to hold off that bigger pack coming. Just not today. I doubt if they had any worse pit stop. They just couldn't hold that momentum up with that big pack.
This is where it'll get interesting. Lead of the back bumper of Miles Malik Ray now. Your leader there on the middle lane. 10 laps to go here in the second to last race of the season. 10 cars at the moment have a shot to win tonight's race. Only a few drivers have a chance to get themselves locked into the championship four.
And one of them happens to be the guy right on the front, on the inside lane, leading the race. Good to see Matt lead back. He hasn't been here a few weeks.
We'll see how aggressive these guys will be. Miles trying to win and get in. But you got Harper, Gray, and Astronaut all battling for it. Eberhard, obviously, is probably just got to hang on. I don't think he's going to have to do too much here. With a cushion. Well, he's got a cushion of 5. So it's still, anything could happen. But Eberhard really just trying to get to the finish line at this point. And we'll try to, once the race is over, try to do some quick math and let you guys know who is the final four. Obviously, Falkingham Ray right now locks here to be in that 4.
Yeah, Wyatt got a couple stage points. Dylan Jones got a stage point. Or Dylan's out of it.
That could help Wyatt Gray here tonight with the stage point. Malik Ray's point, Falkingham's doesn't matter. I believe Eberhard has some stage point as well here tonight. Ashworth did not, but I believe Eberhard and
Eberhard was third. Eberhard was third.
Yeah, Eberhard was third.
3 points.
So Eberhard really comfortable right now. If he could just ride around and get his machine to the end of this race. 7 laps to go now.
Also, Trevor starting the pole. That's 2 points, I think.
Wyatt Gray, as he's got to be white knuckling it here right now, as he is probably going to need a win to get himself in. with the company he has here in the point standings all around him right now.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, the truckers back there strategizing, so is Harper. They're going to try to figure out how to. Harper's make sure he don't get himself buried down there on that inside lane. He's going to try to figure out how to get to that outside at some point.
Well, Ashwinoff has the help of Veliky here tonight. We'll see if he utilizes him here as Falkingham gets loose off the front bumper of Gray and has a little scary moment there in the middle of the turn, holds it. We are 3 wide. 3 wide now with 6 to go, 5 to go here at the line. As everyone gets on their feet, you can hear the roar of the crowd. And we are 5 laps away right now from knowing our championship 4. Gray to the top side. He blocks the run of Veliky. Gray looking for more. We might have a wreck. They're going to save it. An unbelievable save there for the 39 of Falkingham. We stay 3 wide, and these 10 cars all in lockstep here. Gray to the middle. And Miles to the bottom. And these guys racing for that win to book themselves in. What a race we have here. 3 wide coming out of turn number 4.
Yeah, Trevor's got the idea. He knows he's up there. He's pointing himself in. But he's got to make sure he pushes the right people by. So he's Landon's not in the point. So he pushes Landon to win. It may help. They need some help up there, though. They can't do anything with 2 cars on the high side.
Yeah, nothing doing it right now. And Eberhardt, he just knows right now it's best to, he wants to win. He wants to make moves, but he doesn't really have to at the moment. And he's kind of in a hornet's nest where he's at if something happens in front.
I figured he'd do it right there, but he didn't. I figured he'd jump up and try to land and push it to the front.
Malik's doing a great job holding off that middle lane. Ashwinoff right now getting temps here on the top side, but without help, like you said, not sure if they can do it. Jones probably not going to leave the back bumper of Eberhardt at this point. We stay 3 wide, and this could go wire to wire here tonight. I'm not going to count that yellow for the stage break. These guys have put on a show, put on a clinic. We'll see if we can get there. Veliky fighting back here on the top as Ashwinoff now with temps. Oh, there goes Gray.
Oh, my goodness.
He's going to save it.
What a crazy save. Oh,
yeah, just one off. And that's big implications. Big title implications here. Stephen Miles off the racetrack. And that might end his campaign here for the championship, for damage to the Chevrolet of Miles. Oh, wow, what a big thing there. That could drop Miles completely out of this one. Vondell out. Miles currently out. That leaves us with Ashwinoff, Harper, Gray. Eberhardt fighting for position. Ashwinoff there. And it's possible at the moment we don't get a change with the way this is. Because Gray and Harper now might have lost the draft, and they have. And really, Eberhardt and Ashwinoff just need to stay put. And the guys that came in here top 4 will leave top 4. Final lap of the race here. Falkingham, your leader. Veliky looking to steal it. He goes underneath Falkingham. He's got the spot. Ray's going to go with Veliky. Ashwinoff to the back bumper of Falkingham. And you got to be thinking for Ashwinoff and Eberhardt right now, just get those cars back to that checkered flag. You don't need to be a hero tonight. But Ashwinoff is trying to, as now he's got the advantage on the top. Eberhardt pushing him hard. Dylan Jones. And we're going to have a drag race to the finish line between Falkingham and Ashwinoff. And it looks like it's going to be Daniel Falkingham who wins it again, back-to-back here on Tuesday nights. And it looked like Eberhardt has got a little loose there, pushing the 89. And, man, Daniel Falkingham is on a heater, and he is the prohibitive favorite to win next week's championship. Malik Ray, Daniel Eberhardt, Trevin Ashmanoff. That is your championship 4.
It made our job a little easier having calculated. So
yeah, Nathan Harper and Stephen Miles, Wyatt Gray, all in 1 lap's time, and their race and their championship hopes drown. Miles gets turned down the racetrack, and 1 car spin does not bring out the yellow, and you have Gray and Harper lose the draft, and that was it, Ron. That was really the difference in what could have been a really good, chaotic finish. And like we said, Ashmanoff and Eberhard at that point just needed to bring it home, and that they did. So we kind of, a little bit, the fandom in me, we got robbed a little bit there of what could have been a really, awesome last lap with all those guys in the mix. But, hey,
absolutely.
It wasn't in the cards for him here tonight as Falkingham burns them down here.
And how many in a row is that now for Falkenham?
Man, he is on Peter, and he's back to his old ways. I know he kind of wasn't winning too much for a little while, but he's back victory lane again and again lately, and he's heating up right in time for SummerSlam.
Yep, he's been running well. It's either 3 or 4 in a row. I know it's at least 3.
Well, Landon Velicky tonight, a great run for the man out of Alabama. It's Landon Velicky. You got a copy?
Yes.
Oh, he's happy tonight. It's Landon's always
No,
happy.
I'm not.
No.
No, I'm not. I can't win, bro.
You can't. Yeah, you can't win here in RMR, but you had a good shot at it here tonight. And hey, a podium is still pretty good. It's tough right now. Daniel Falkingham, man on a mission, as he just keeps winning these RMR races. But walk us through your race here tonight. Tell us about it, and if there's anything you could have done there in the last lap.
I don't know. I mean, I went down. Like I knew everyone left Malik, right? And I feel like I'm on good enough terms with Malik. Like he's not just gonna like ditch me. Like he'll actually shove me for all he's worth, and he did. The problem is, I thought D3 and Dylan were gonna split Trev out, and that would have, or Trev and Dan, and then I would have got up and, at least that would have helped the bottom lane a little bit, and then thought I was gonna win it that way. Because when I made that move on Dan, it was like Days of Thunder, dude. What was it, in a 1 or something? I was determined, but the thing is, it's Dan. Like I could have thrown him in the wall on the backstretch, but I can't do that to Dan. I don't do that to anybody really. So I don't know. But I'm getting to that point where I'm gonna have to start doing that in this series. Just start trashing everyone on the last lap, and then maybe I'll finally win one. But God, it is so frustrating, dude. Like, yeah, sure, third's great, but I'm sick and tired. I don't race this series every week. When I do is when I have time, when I get off of work. And because it's like a 10-minute window. And when I hop in when I have time, and I hopped in tonight in a car that I absolutely hate. And for some reason, what is this, 2/3 in a row now in the Xfinity car in RMR? It's just constant seconds and thirds. It's been the story ever since I started this, bro. And it's so frustrating. But at the same time, like, dude, I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know what else I can do at this point.
You should be proud, man. It was a good run. And you got, circumstances where you got guys that are just trying to point their way in or make sure they don't wreck to get in the championship too. So you didn't have much help out there.
Yep.
Well,
that's
Landon,
just how it is.
Hey, you got, a couple PGR wins. I got a couple RMR wins. So if we could trade 1 for 1 here, we'd both be pretty happy.
I don't know. That could be a pretty even trade. Oh my
Right.
God, I'm just so sick and tired of this, dude. It's so, like, I have a smile on my face, but I just told Trevin there, man, I almost got the feeling at the end I could tear up, man. It's just like, bro, I just can't do it in this series. I don't get it. I've won everything else. Why can't I get it in here? But anyway, obviously, I raced this with the intention of helping out Trev and Jared, my teammates. And Jared got screwed on a pit stop, and Trev was there, but I gotta be honest, and Trev, he knows it too. He don't care. Like, if I get one of these, I'm all teammates the rest of the time, right? Like if, in this series, but I have to get one first. And every time I have that opportunity, I'm going to go for it. And it just is. I don't know, man. It's whatever. It's still another podium. I mean, what is that? 10 at this point. And I guess I'm happy with it. I guess.
Well, Landon, great finish here tonight. Podium, third place finish. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
I gotta thank y'all for broadcasting. Thank Jack Shack, Trev, and Jared tonight. I gotta thank Malik for at least trying there at the end. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I gotta thank Malik really for trying there at the end. I appreciate the pushing. Gotta thank Ron for the series, and Ron, I need you. I need you to keep doing these races. I know this series is almost over. I know you're gonna take a break. Please don't let it be a long break because I need to get me a win at this. Okay. I don't need you to just disappear after this because I got to win me one at some point. It's got to happen. Mike, thanks for broadcasting. You do a great job. I don't know. I guess that's it. Thanks everyone for watching too. I love everybody watching, and you see me week to week get interviewed for second and third place. I appreciate y'all.
Well, that was your third place finisher, Landon Veliky tonight. Some good laughs out of him. That will bring up the man runner up, and his name, Trevin Astronaut, south side of Augusta. Brother, how you doing tonight?
I don't even want to talk about it.
What?
I hate finishing second, Mike. I hate it.
Listen. I'm gonna break this down for you. You were weeks ago. You were on the outside looking in and used a walk off as a walk off can be in the sport of racing to get into these playoffs, and now you find yourself in the championship four. And if you want to find the silver lining in the runner up, once Wyatt Gray and Nathan Harper had their troubles and Stephen Miles, I mean, really, you and Eberhardt really just had to get to the finish line there. So, hey, you get second place, but more importantly, you're going for a championship next week. So if you're going to save a win and try to go and grab a win from a guy on a mission right now, and Daniel Falkingham, next week will be the week to do it. Walk us through that last lap, though. Obviously disappointed, and we know you want to win all the races, but you are going to the championship here, and practically you were out of this series just weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, this is my, third season running, and this is the first time I've made it into the playoffs and the top four. So I guess I could take that and ride with that. But I got to, ride along the last couple laps. I was like 10th for with 5 to go maybe. And they had this, Landon came over the radio. He's like, "Hey, Trev, I'm going to try something." All right, man, go for it. Because I'm just waiting on them to wreck or something. And he went up there and we took the third line and we tried to make something work. We got up there, we rode, we cycled back and forth on the third line. And what do you know, man? They just got tangled up. That kind of set it in stone for us there when they got tangled up there towards the end. And it was just kind of a crapshoot of whoever was going to do what. And I just so happened to cycle out, being first on the outside. And, a good friend of mine, Kenny Stamper, used to say, "You come all this way to finish second." Once again, Trev hates finishing second, so we'll just go ahead and put that on a T-shirt. And even though I did walk off with it the other night, it's going to be tough. We got some heavy hitters to deal with here. I'm probably the underdog going in to win this thing next week. So that's probably how I'm looking at it. But I look at these races one race at a time. I try to win every single race. I don't really try to mind the points. I just try to get a win every single time. Either I'm wrecking or I'm winning. That's the way I'm looking at it, and that's what I'm going into the championship race. Either I'm going to wreck or I'm going to win. So, yeah. I hate finishing second, Mike. I really do hate finishing second.
Well, all that matters next week is you finish ahead of 3 drivers. You do that, and you'll be a champion here on Tuesday nights, Trev. And before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, man. We ran with the Jack Shack was rocking tonight, baby. Jared and Landon. Of course, Landon up there. We got a 2-3 tonight, so got to thank him. Put a little inspiration in the words of trying to move up there a little late in the race, and definitely kind of made that come together. So got to thank him for that. Got to thank D3 giving me a hell of a push on the last lap. Him and I think it was Dylan Jones was behind him. We got a huge run and just didn't materialize at the end. We got to thank him for that. He got me into this playoffs for sure. And Gotta thank you guys, of course, man. Ron, I got to touch back on it. Landon said keep putting these son bitches on. I'm sorry, whatever. Keep putting these races on, man, and we're gonna keep showing up, baby, because we're starting to get that feeling again. I don't know if you feel it, but we're getting that feeling back here in RMR Tuesday nights. And Mike, every Tuesday, broadcasting, brother, you and Ron in the booth. Appreciate you. Appreciate PGR. And yeah, baby, let's go race for a championship and hopefully not finish second. So heck yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
Well, that was your runner-up finisher here tonight, Trevin Astronaut of the Jack Shack. And we'll give the last one to Ron Morris, the guy on a heater here on Tuesday Night Thunder. It's Daniel Falkingham, the winner.
Dan, you're on fire, man. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting hot at the wrong time though, because I don't know if that bodes well for next week. But hey, like I said, take them however we can get them. Been a good time over here on Tuesday nights, and hopefully we can wrap it up with a championship next week. But I know it's gonna be every man for himself next week, so hopefully we can come in as prepared as we can and try to see if we can win the whole thing. But it's been a great run we've been on, and hopefully we can end the season out in style. But yeah, just a good race. Glad we stayed out of trouble even after I missed the grid because my wheel wasn't working. But thankfully, we came through with that, and we were able to get the win after all the craziness with people. They were trying to win, trying to make the final round and whatnot. So much craziness going on up there, but we pulled through.
There you go, man. You got a couple more points, which you don't need to. The final four is locked. It's going to be you, Malik, Eberhardt, and Astronaut. So top four coming in and be in the top four. So you just got to outrun those three guys. Man, you're the champion, man. So, but congratulations, man, on a good run. And I'm probably pretty sure we're going to be talking to you again next week.
Well, hopefully I'm talking to you all next week. I mean, if we're talking to you next week, it's a good night regardless. But hopefully we're talking to you with the championship trophy. But nonetheless, we're gonna go out, give it our best shot next week, and whatever happens, even if we don't win, it's still if we can just be right there when it's all said and done, as long as you don't wreck and just be there when it matters. When it's all said and done, that's all I can ask for. But yeah, just thank you for putting this stuff on. Thanks to Mike for broadcasting. Thanks to everyone who comes on to races. Shout out to my guys as well, Nathan, Matt, Wyatt, and Merck. I know Nathan and Wyatt were trying to race in to get to the Final Four, but they had some unfortunate incidents there. So hate it for them, but hopefully I can bring one home for the boys next week, but we'll see. And thanks to everyone watching as well.
Hey, man, have a good night, man. Talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Ron.
You heard from tonight's winner, Daniel Falkingham, as he gets to victory lane again here on Tuesday night. Here's your finishing order one more time. It's Falkingham on top, Astronaut second here tonight, Landon Velicky rounds out the podium position. D3, Daniel Eberhardt in fourth, Malik Gray fifth, Dylan Jones sixth, Nathan Harper seventh, Wyatt Gray in eighth, Matt Lee ninth, Stephen Miles finishes in 10th.
Oh, man, I just closed up.
You're good. In 11th, Jared Haynes, Kenny McCullough Jr. in 12th, Mark Vondell 13th, Michael Wingo 14th, Jeff Merck 15th, and that rounds out your 15-car field here tonight. Another great one here on a Tuesday night. Next week, in just 7 days, we'll have the championship race, and it'll all come down to Falkingham, Ray, Eberhardt, and Astronaut for the title. You won't want to miss it. Join us here then. Until then, we'll see you here in a couple nights for PGR's Intimidator Super Speedway Series. Have a good night.